Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm back. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. You can call who you want and tell them whatever you want to do. Yeah, I'm right back. Yeah. Disrespect behind parts. Yeah, I'm back. Uh-huh. I know. Yeah. Do what you want to do. I'm right back. Yeah. Come on back, people. I'm right here. Mm-hmm. You do what you want to do. I'm right back. Yeah. Gonna be here all day, every chance I get. Are you really serious, man? Mississippi. Are you really serious? Are you really serious? Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Are you really serious, man? Yeah. Come on, man. You want to let inmates dictate to how they so-called run your prison and tell on good people and try to get them jammed up on the investigation. You know what I mean? When you disrespect the system every day by dropping your kids off at the daycare in a state vehicle, can't use it for no personal vehicle. You know what I mean? Can't use it for no personal vehicle. But you do the same thing. You disrespect our people, want to put them under investigation for anything when they fight to help our people of color. Man, it's 85% African American population at Parchman. 85%. It's 90% staff, African American staff. But you show the level of disrespect, man, by want to put one of them under investigation for some he say, she say, from what an inmate say. But you catch your camp support with their hands in the cookie jar. Catch him with their hands in the cookie jar, and you just move him to another institution, bring him back 4 or 5 months later, and giving him his same four-wheeler back, and let him ride around. And then he want to tell a staff what to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. He can ride all over all night, from camp to camp, pretending like he's fixing something. Pretending like he's fixing something. Because he's saying, Yassa boss. You know? Yeah. What's up, Darren? Got you out there working hard fixing the phone line, but won't give you employee of the month. Got your mom out there answering all the phone calls, taking care of their business, but won't give them employee of the month. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, I know you shut down the last, but I'll be here all day. There's a whole lot more I want to talk about if you really want me to talk. What's up, classmate? Yeah. Man, classmate, do you see the level of disrespect? Man, you give a dog, man, a dog employee of the month. What does that say about how you feel about your employees? How you doing, man? Please tell me what this. I don't understand it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, if I'm wrong, man, y'all tell me I'm wrong. And I say, Steph, I'm wrong, man. Man, tell me. Put in the comments. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, man. Man, I don't understand it, man. There's somebody, like I just said, man, there's somebody out there right now that's doing the devil because they done sent somebody black to tell them they got to stay because their relief didn't come. Man, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Come on, man. Somebody right now that wanted to go home to because it was their day off, because they wanted to take care of their kid. And they ain't gonna get paid no overtime. You're gonna get you a day off later on. You're gonna get you some comp time. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I look at it every day, man. I look at it every day, man, how, man, I had to talk dudes down who were going through, man, but being incarcerated, man, uh, man, there's a level of trauma that people experience, especially at camps like 29, you know what I mean, and some like A and B or at Unit 30. And so there's a level of mental trauma because the guy come in and wants to do his time, but the people the groups of people are not going to let them do their time. Ain't no such thing as doing time inside of behind those walls in the state of Mississippi, or in the feds either. At some points in the fed, depending on what institution you're at. Man, you got to get up every morning suited and booted. And for those of you who ever deal with anybody that's been incarcerated, man, you got to get up every morning with your strap, with your iron. And you're not looking for trouble, but you want to be prepared if trouble ever come your way. You know what I mean? And so, me being inside, see, I was somebody before I went to the penitentiary, man. I was somebody while I was in the penitentiary, man. I'm somebody now. I was somebody in my community before I even went to the penitentiary. And so, me seeing what I seen during my 23 years of incarceration and how different guys were preyed upon. I've always been a protector. You see this shirt? I wear this shirt, man, not because it's something cool, man. I'm a husband, a daddy, a protector, and I consider myself a hero, man, because I want to save some young boy or girl. I'm not going to even say black or white. It's not even about black and white, because there are troubled teens of all races and color. But predominantly, especially in my community, man, I just want to save some young black boy or some black girl from making a mistake in the choices that I made. And so when I go through life and see how, or even in the judicial system, when Danielle and I, what's up, Danielle, was down at the Capitol speaking about voting rights, it's the scales of justice is off, man. Because as soon as the guy comes out of prison and has to go to work, man, he got to pay taxes. You know, he got to try to find him somewhere to live. So he living in a community where his streets bad. He have no say in what goes on in his community because he doesn't have the right to vote. And like Brother Weatherspoon said at the thing, you got murder. That's a crime that you can't restore your right to vote. Then you got manslaughter. It's still two people dead, man. It's just words. It's a word play. It's a word play, man. It's simple as that. I should never lose my right to vote because I served time in the penitentiary. If I come out and want to be a productive citizen, get involved in community activities, I should never lose my right to vote. You know, so I know I'm jumping around from our rights as formerly incarcerated people and the rights of employees to not be disrespected in their environment. So when a man or woman goes and enters through the gates of Parchman or any other institution, SMCI, CMCL, man, they're putting their life on the line. The minute they cross this thing, they're putting their life on the line because you don't know what type of day some offender is having because he just lost his wife, he just lost his mom, one of his sons got killed, his daughter he just got some bad news or whatever. You don't know what type of day he have. He might take the first somebody and want to stab them just so he can go to the next level. You know, which is on death row or whatever. You know, what's up, Nick? You know, so I just think that when you, as a supervisor, whatever color you are, but especially if you not my color, you know what I mean? Especially when you're not my color, when you take an institution that's 90% African American and give a dog employee of the month, man, what are you saying to my people? The men and women who come in every day. The men and women who come in every day just to make a Bolivar County, Sunflower, Washington, Tallahassee County State, or the whole state of Mississippi, whatever. What are you saying to them? Man, you telling them, F them. And FIDO looking at you like, huh? You know what I mean? He landed right now in some air conditioning. Not in the cage, some air conditioning. Sitting down at whoever his handler's feet, whoever got him for the day. Eating a big bowl of kibble and bits. And whatever else he want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, he ain't got to bathe himself. Somebody gonna bathe him. He ain't got to feed himself. Somebody gonna feed him. You don't have to give him no water. Somebody gonna get him some water. But there's somebody right now that missed work today because they didn't have a ride to get to Parchman. You know what I mean? Yeah, for real. That's for real, man. It's funny, but it's true, man. You're taking that same provision in the 13th Amendment, the 3/5 clause, except those who are considered 3/5 of a person. Man, they had property on, I was listening to a talk show this morning where it was saying, well, you know, slaves went to work and they didn't have any insurance. No, they didn't have any insurance, but the slave master had insurance on them. You know what I mean? Because if his property was destroyed, if his property was destroyed, he got recouped for it. Just like the Civil War. Remember when Lincoln freed the slave, I'm gonna give y'all a little piece of history that I want y'all to think about. When Lincoln freed the slave, they said that everything, all the contraband that the South had, which was slaves, was going to be taken from them as under the forfeiture statute. After the Civil War, Congress went right back, all the slaves that were free, and paid them for every slave that they had on their manifest. So you paid them after you freed them. So we can't get reparations, but Southern slave owners like Jefferson Davis and all of them, all the ones throughout the people in Natchez, all across Mississippi, and in the South, Alabama, Missouri, and everywhere that the slaves were, they got a check for every slave that was freed that they could show on their manifest that they had at the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. Y'all didn't know that, did you? So instead of you hurting them, you made them just as rich because they claimed them as property. Every slave that was set free under the Emancipation Proclamation was paid for in capital gain to the Southern white slave owner. Man, look it up. If I tell you, man, you can check it. You can check the fact. I promise you. You know, so we thinking, well, oh wow, Lincoln freed the slave. Man, the white, they took him as contraband, yeah, but still, everyone that he had on his book, they went to Washington and showed it. They sent a delegate out to all the southern states to the slave masters, looked on their manifest and counted them and paid them for each individual slave. For each individual slave. I'm talking about babies and everybody. That's why they kept a record of slave birth in the manifest. Paid for each and every one of them. Every one of them got paid. So they didn't lose any money because the slaves were free and they didn't have any workforce. Yeah, they couldn't. So I'm going to get to that in a minute about the workforce. They didn't lose any money because they got paid for every one that was on their manifest at the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. They got a check for every slave that was on their property. And then some of them still stayed there because they couldn't afford to go nowhere and went on sharecropping. That's how the whole sharecropping thing started. Because some of the slaves couldn't afford to migrate to the north or to somewhere else. So they were forced to stay there and work. So he got a check for them, paid for them, and they still working for him, and you promised him to give them half. We couldn't read or write, so we couldn't check the scale and say that what I'm bringing in for the fields or what you getting for this crop of cotton or crop of potatoes, what you getting for that. I don't know how much I'm supposed to get. If we're on a sharecropper style, I'm accepting this little shotgun shack that you got in the little slave quarters that I'm living on. I'm accepting that as part of my payment because I'm making it from day to day, week to week, month to month. 1 year turns to 2 years, 2 turn to 10, 10 turn to 20, and we got a whole generation of people living in shotgun houses behind the master house that he got paid for my grandfathers and my forefathers. He done got rich on them and he's still getting rich off us. You know what I mean? And if you grew up in the rural South, all of them coming like ABC, used to give us stuff on time, man, you'll never get paying for that. Same thing with the burial insurance. You pay 40 years for a burial insurance, you still owe $10,000 at the funeral. Man, come on, man. So they've been climbing up our backs the whole time. And for those of you who just got me, just joined, what really got me hot this morning, there was an article where the supervisors or the executive staff at MSP gave a dog employee of the month instead of some deserving father or mother or warden or case manager or other staff, bus driver who get those people. Lieutenant Mac, Griffin, yeah. Man, for real. You know what I mean? Somebody deserves it and could use that stipend, could use that day off, could use that recognition. You know what I mean? As a moral boost, as a morale boost, man. And so, man, I just think that the statement that you made was you holding up the Confederate flag, standing in front of Grant's statue, saying, I can do what I want to do, I can do what I want to do, and damn it, I can do what I want to do. You know what I mean? That's what you said. That's what you said. You already said it. You can't take it back. It's out there. And if you go down their page, there's a lot of incidents like that where they just say, with a racial undertone or what you're saying is like, and anybody that works out there, and if I'm wrong, Can you approach one of them? Can you call one of them and tell them you need to speak with them? If you have an officer with another staff member, can you call them and tell them that you need to speak with him? Is he going to make time to speak with you? Hell to the no. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? So, man, it's gone. It's gone, man. You know what I mean? And so, it's bad to say it. It's bad to say it, man. And I've always opposed that closing, closing the penitentiary like that, because I've been in there. There's some dudes, man. There's some people that are incarcerated that really need to be incarcerated. But there are a lot of good dudes, man. About 60% of the dudes out there have really changed and will make really good, productive citizens. But there's some evil dudes, man, that are free too, but they're incarcerated. And that plot and plan on what they're going to do when they get out. You know what I mean? But you're punishing the ones that has changed, been taking classes the whole time and been doing right. You're punishing them while they're in there, but you won't even give them parole. You'll set them off. The nature of the crime is never going to change when a guy goes up for parole. It's never going to change, man. It's going to always be the same. The same crime he committed is going to be the same thing today, yesterday, tomorrow, and everything. So you got to go and look at what he's done, no matter how many letters he get from staff members, man. There's a lot of black and white people, man. You got William Golden. He needs to be paroled. Mac Watts, first time offender, kill somebody in the heat of passion. I understand that. But he's been there, man, over 20-some years, man. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. A loving father. Man, Oliver Brown. Henry Stevens. You know what I mean? Come on, man. People been there 30 years, man. And you paying for them to go to medical. The little bit of medical care they get, you said the taxpayers paying for it. They not paying for it. They don't care. But here's a senator or a congressman can send Howard Smith sending a letter for a white guy that hadn't been incarcerated 2 years for him to make parole, and he made parole, man, the first time up. But you done set so many black boys off. 5 years, 10 years. After you said you don't revamp the parole system. But you started setting them off. And then swelling. You got over 3,000 inmates waiting to go to Parchman. Over 400 or 500 juveniles under the age of 18 waiting to go to the system with nowhere for them to go. Come on, man. Man, let me stop, man. Let me stop, because they're really pissing me off, man. Man, y'all look into it. Just scratch the surface and you'll see. Yeah, look into it. Man, this is it, man. The husband, the daddy, the protector, and the hero. Yeah, formerly incarcerated, 23 years, man. I did my time. I fought for my right to vote before I came home. And voted every time. And so I'm fighting to get those who've been disenfranchised in Mississippi their right to vote. But I won't tolerate the disrespect. Not just from MSP, from anybody, man. It steps on my people's feet. Man, I love you guys, man. Y'all take care. Man, share it. Share it. Share it. Go to the post and go on my page and look at the post. Yeah.